Well, good morning, YouTube. Well, we've had an interesting week this week, haven't we? Uh, the Snyder Cut. Yeah, wow. It's. I've been more going on about this for about since 2017 when I found out about it. I'm absolutely ecstatic about this. Look. I know like BVS and that people slammed it. I quite liked it actually. I did like Batman vs Superman. I'm a big fan of Man of Steel, and when I read a month or so ago that Henry Cavill was going to reprise, they were going to drop the Supergirl movie, and he was going to sign on to do the Man of Steel too, which I like Henry Cavill's Superman. It adds that darkness to it. He's a bit of a darker Superman. He's flawed, and I like that about Henry Cavill's take on his version of Superman. I love Ben Affleck as Batman. I know that he dropped after the whole thing of that they didn't release the version they filmed. I've been watching lots of reviews and stuff over the last 24 hours. And there was some people saying they were adamant. So I've noticed people have been attacking each other's pages, on YouTube about how do you say that there were some people that said the Snyder Cut never existed. It was just a fantasy. I always believed it did because the film we got. Look, I didn't mind Justice League as a movie. It was great to finally see some great superheroes put together. But I think you've got, like a friend of mine said, well, I don't. Well, so what about Snyder Cut? But I said you don't read comics, so you don't quite get it. For a lot of us that are into like the whole comic genre and that, it's a big thing to see a live action Dark Side, and going to Apocalypse. I mean, this is one amazing trilogy. It should have been made. I know that Zack Snyder had to leave because of like what were going on. I don't want to go into that, but my respect to him. It's you know. And Josh Whedon came in and basically fucked it up. You went look, the film's not so bad, but it's rushed. The story's it's a small part of the story, and it works. I mean, I went to the cinema to see it with some friends, and we enjoyed it. But there was something missing. There was like the heart of the film was missing somehow, and it could have been so much more. I mean, this thing should have been up there with Infinity War. I think Snyder's vision on this would have been quite interesting. I know that the DCU went with a darker tone, but to be honest, I quite like that. And you could add humour. But Suicide Squad, I've just found it. Apparently, there's another version of it. It never fully got filmed. So that's going to be interesting if that gets done. I mean, Suicide Squad, the trailer was marvelous for Suicide Squad, it was, but the film did let itself down. I was a bit annoyed with it, but I have watched it numerous times. I don't mind it. It could have been better. It wasn't what you saw in the trailer. Excuse me, it's in the morning, so I'm doing this about 10:30 in the morning. I haven't been up long. So, my thoughts on this. I'm very excited. Now, I know there's a market employed. There's HBO Max is coming and they need something to draw the rest of us in to pay for the streaming service. Obviously, people will get older copies of this when it comes out. They will do. Like, I'm not saying that, but we're all going to get to see this. And I'm really ecstatic about seeing this film, even if it's put into 4, 6 parts. I mean, it's rumored it's 4 hours long, and apparently we only saw 25% of what should have been in the Justice League movie. So it's like an hour and a half, apparently, of footage or more. I'm not the authority. I only read what I read, and, you don't know what's right or wrong. But I did watch the Superman watch party, and I knew something were coming because there was stuff about a couple of days before saying about the Snyder Cut. But apparently this was sorted out sometime last year, back end of 2019. So I read, but quote me on this. So the old sort of Snyder cut is really interesting where this is going to go, because apparently we know that when they defeat Steppenwolf, his mother's trapped, her powers in the mother boxes, and he wants that power to take out Darkseid because he's exiled from Apocalypse. I think if I'm wrong on any of this, put it in the comments. Let me know. And then when they defeat him, you see Darkseid at top of the wormhole. Apparently, they all go jumping off to Apocalypse. Now, I want to say now I'm going to go into a couple of points in a minute, and they get their asses kicked, and I don't know. Darkseid conquers the Earth, and in the third movie, the Justice League kicks his ass, and I think that you get a flashpoint where Flash goes back in time, undoes the whole events to the scene in Batman versus Superman, and they stop it all from happening before he conquers the Earth. I suppose that's where it would have gone over the 3 movies. But to see the evil Superman in the black costume would have been amazing. You know, and that's what I was really excited about. So I remember all rumours when the film was getting made and all that. And I sort of like felt, how did I feel? I excited because I'm a big fan of the Justice League. I've got most of the graphic novels. I do read a lot. Graphics. I don't buy the comics like I used to do, but I do buy the Omnipedias now. And, you know, there's nothing like sitting and reading and consuming this stuff, you know. But to see the Green Lantern as well, because apparently the same with Alfred, it wasn't so bad as Green Lantern, wasn't it, apparently. So it's just so much. Even I'm not an authority on this. I'm only going by what I've read, what I'd like to see, and what would you like to see. But I'm really excited, and I would pay to go see this at the cinema. I'm hoping it is 4 hours long, because this is something I'm really going to consume. Now, if it's shit, right? Now, there's going to be 2 ways about it. The fan base is either going to eat this alive if it's terrible, or they're going to be praising it, demanding a sequel to it, you know. I mean, the casting for the film were right. I love Gal Gadot. I'm looking forward to the next Wonder Woman. I would like them to release the Cyborg Hot Toy. Then I've got the full, you know, then I've got the full complement of the Justice League on Hot Toys. And I've just ordered Deathstroke, actually. So I'm going to class him for these at the end of the film. But the end scene with Luthor as well, there's a totally different scene, you know, which is sort of interesting. Now, a lot of people say, I was told by certain people on my live stream that this didn't exist. And I've always said it does, that in the vaults at Warner Brothers, there's a bigger version of this. And if this is getting released, I mean, Cavill, Momoa, even Ben Affleck have said this thing exists. It's there, you know. And apparently I read that some people had actually seen it as well without the special effects and that. So yeah, let's go for this. I know there's marketing behind it, but I think there is, from the fan base, they listened at the top of Warner Brothers saying there could be something here. Let's put in $20-30 million to get it done. They'll get that money back in a day on subscriptions alone. And even if they put this out to where you put it out just to rent it for the night, they're going to make the money. This thing's going to make the money. It's going to do it. Now, if it is awful, it's awful. We can't sit in judgment on it until we've seen it. So I'm pretty hyped about this. I really am. I've called for this for a long time. You know, I just love the characters in this film. I thought all the actors were right. You know, I'm not. I know there's controversy over Ezra Miller about that footage that came, what he did on Twitter or something. I'm not going in there. Let's just drop any negative connotation around the actors. I want to see the Justice League. I just think it's great. And it's like with, you know, Ben Affleck's Batman. I really did like his Batman, and it's such a shame he's walked away. I'm not too sure about the new Batman. I'm sat on the fence. From what I've been reading about it and all this, I'm sort of 50-50 on it. So wait till it comes out. Now, I did see Harley Quinn for the first time, and the Birds of Prey and The Emancipation of Harley Quinn. It was bloody awful. Well, it was. I enjoyed the first hour of it, and then it went up its own backside. And it is set in the DC EU universe. So, I mean, there is something there. I think maybe what they should have done, DC, is gone a bit slower to build to Justice League. You know, I did love the Aquaman film, which I thought was brilliant. So they have the potential there. It's funny how, like, a film like Joker, it's in its own sort of reality that made $1 billion, and this should have been the standard mark as a film for DC. You know, like the Avengers movie, you get all the separates round it, and then you get the crowning jewel, the source, the heart of it all, brings it all together. And this film, I'm hoping that when this is done, this Snyder cut, that we're going to see some kind of masterpiece here, you know, of this. And we're all going to be like praising it, going, well, we want a fucking sequel now. We want where this was going to go. So it's going to be brilliant. I think this is going to be good. And I'll probably get shot down. You know, I'm excited. It made my day. When this came out, I saw the first picture on... when I saw... Well, I watched some of the watch part. I kept jumping in and out. And then I noticed somewhere there were pictures popping up. And I saw it, Zack Snyder, you know. And I couldn't believe it. But this has been planned for a while. And there is obviously a lot of marketing behind it. You know, so what? We get it's a no-win situation, isn't it? We get what we want. They get what they want. They're going to make money. We get the product we've been wanting. We've demanded this. It was like Superman 2, wasn't it? You remember when they did the remake, when Donna come in and he put that other version of it together, you know, Superman 2. I mean, I did prefer the original one, to be honest, but I did buy the box set with the remake. It was okay, and there was quite a bit of difference with it, but I did prefer the one I saw at the cinema. That's my Superman, but it can be done. You know, it's what you think of it and what you make of it. But I'm ecstatic. So I think that's my thoughts on this, guys. You know, that is my thoughts on this movie. It's made my week, you know. So to all the haters and people that are not happy about it, you know, fuck you. I'm only joking, you know, because there has been a lot of people like saying, no, it's not going to be the proper cut. It's going to be all, you know, it's going to be what it is, you know. And if it's got more to what Snyder's we're going to do with it, I'm quite happy. I want to see this. I want to see Darkseid kick ass. You know, and you never know. This might sort of turn the whole DCEU around, and we might get another League movie, hopefully. And we're going to go off to Apocalypse. Oh, God, see a live-action Apocalypse, you know, and the female Furies and Deathad and the New Gods. Wow, it's going to be amazing. So, good luck, Zack Snyder. You've got my support. Like I said, if it's terrible, it's terrible. If it's good, it's going to be good. So, guys, I will see you on the next video. There will be a live show tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Yes, I think Sunday's best day to do it. And, yeah, we're going to really get into the old conversation about this. So, guys, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Right then, guys, I'm just going to stop the recording now.